Welcome to part 4 of the Macedonian Yugoslav Spomeniks series, Wine Country. Yeah, I'm going to be hopping around from wine town to wine town. Not for too long. I got to head back into Serbia soon. But the focus is on Spomeniks, while drunk on wine, preferably. And here's our first monument. I can't find much online about this one. Google Maps shows it as the monument to the unsung heroes. And Spomenik database lists this as a World War II monument to the fighters of Trenovo Gorge. Regardless, it's a Yugoslav-era monument. Surrounding the monument are memorial stones, no doubt for the fighters who lost their lives in the war. You know what day today is, right?
Yes, I do.
What day?
Other than Thursday?
V-Day. What does that mean?
Day.
Victory Day. What is that?
Victory Day.
May 9th.
May 9th.
Anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe.
What happened?
Appropriate that we search for Spomeniks today.
What happened on May 9th?
You ever see a drain hole this big? You couldn't handle this one, could you? You couldn't handle this.
It's you.
This is Tikvesh Lake. And it's thundering and lightning outside. I don't know how much longer we're going to do the Spomenik run, but check out the drain hole, the communist drain hole.
For the dam.
So the water level won't exceed that. So most of this drive throughout wine country is going to take place in Tikvesh region. The Tikvesh Plains, 2,000 square kilometers of fertile, wine-friendly land, hence wine country.
They have fish farms down there.
Yes, they do. In case you're wondering what we're doing, we're climbing a mountain. There's a Spomenik on top, trying to beat the rain.
See that?
It's about a half an hour of this so far. But Spomenik coming. It's coming. I thought it was going to be a little more monumental, something a little bigger. It's quite small. But this is the monument to the 9th Macedonian Partisan Brigade. Unveiled, what does it say here? Unveiled August 25th, 1974. Yeah, it's like we're in a Yaila. So just in the middle of nowhere, that dirt road takes us to this shanty town here, this village named Sheshkovo. Do you think this is the village mailbox here, the village community mailbox?
Yes, it is.
A little something for St. George.
Mr. George.
That's your last Spomenik.
We're good to go.
That's your last Spomenik.
My last Spomeniks.
Because he's going to fly to Istanbul.
Yeah. Makes me upset.
I'm upset. I do this stuff by myself all the time. It was so great to have a misery loves company. You know the old expression. All right, well,
Let's get out of here.
let's find some wine. Careful, careful, dog. Where are you? The wine town of Kavadarci is the next stop, and I'll be staying there for 2 nights.
Very nice.
I think I see a cool Yugoslav-era mosaic here. Anyway, heading to a winery.
And aren't you for first time here?
Yeah?
Yeah. Welcome.
Oh.
Yes. We are 100% family, 100% our vineyards, 100% home production, 100% organic production. Our vineyards, we do not use any pesticides, any synthetic fertilizers. In the winery, we are not using products from animal production or animal products like gelatin and something. We are vegan friendly. All our wines are without sulfates, without allergens, without nothing. He's the winemaker. Yeah, it's a very friendly.
You are part of the group.
Na zdravie. Our family vineyards and 1 hectare we are renting.
They're producing 10,000 bottles of wine annually.
Yes,
We usually go glasses.
yeah. We are men here.
What does it smell like?
I can smell the soil.
Can you taste the soil?
I can taste the soil too.
It's a Merlot.
Me too. He's not lying. It's a very unusual Merlot. You know?
Чек снимать. I will power branch.
Black wine,
But the type of the grapes, the Vranets is the black stallion of Macedonia. Mostly of the wines is ruby red. It's a very red color. It's like a black color.
Wow, black wine. My first black wine.
Yes.
Šerefe, Nuzdravia, Živori. The legs, and it's strong. It's deadly. The black wine is deadly. 17.8% alcohol.
Now, yes. It must be
Semi-dry,
15 minutes
semi-sweet.
in a glass.
It's like must. It's like must. It's like pekmez. Pekmez. It smells like pekmez.
It's like a pekmez in a glass.
This is amazing.
This is aphrodisiac.
Pekmez with 17.5% alcohol.
Zdravo. Na zdravie. This is the grapes from Veles.
Kavadarci has the best fresh water, the best tap water in all of Macedonia. Otherwise called pekmez. Now for something alcohol-free.
Concentration of sugar levels above 80 grams.
Not learning. Still watching. Serve me. That abandoned village we saw from the Spomeniks up in the mountain, Sheshkovo.
My grandparents from my mother is coming from Sheshkovo.
We found someone from that village. So pishi is something to have in Kavadarci.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like a specialty of Kavadarci.
Yeah, like a breakfast.
Yeah, like a breakfast for dinner in this case. Pishi, the word was invented in Kavadarci because there was a pasha and he liked this.
This is the pepper steak.
Yes.
This is the blue.
We're doing raki.
It's Macedonian raki.
It's a racheli. It's a pumpkin.
It's pumpkin,
Yeah,
and
pumpkin
figs.
whites.
I'm really excited that Emre is really excited about seeing another Spomenik. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Let's go.
We said it was his last, but it's not his last.
We're doing a late night Sputnik run.
One of the greatest Spomeniks in all of Macedonia coming up. So
Here we are.
We
walking
saved-
to our next Sputnik.
we saved the best Spomenik for Emre for last.
Late night camp.
We're trying
Late
to
night Spomenik run.
We're so hardcore. Look at these walls. Look how
Here it
ancient
is.
these are.
The biggest. This is the biggest Spomenik in Macedonia, I think.
Yeah, it's a big.
When did they finished this in 1976? Look at this thing. Chardak.
Macedonia Chardak.
And so you're telling me that this is still an ossuary. It still functions as an
In
ossuary.
these walls are the bones.
So they weren't moved to the museum.
Which is 333.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
From World War II and World War I? And World War I.
We forgot the cognac.
We forgot the cognac.
This is not good graffiti.
Oh.
We are above the red lights.
Who's it?
Awesome.
No, the winery is above the red lights.
It's what 40,000 people look like. It's the population of Kavadarci. So as Badi said, normally this place is lit up at night, but something is wrong with the lights today. We'll have to come back tomorrow, it turns out. I need all the power of your cell phones so we can take a picture of this thing.
You got an iPhone 15?
Yeah.
To come in the park.
Of all the days for the power to go out, had to be today.
Tell Angel to come on a coffee in the park.
Wait, we have more people here.
Ah, more people, more flashlights,
This is a
more lights for the
This is a very
pictures.
popular
Yes,
spot
yes.
Here tonight.
And here's what $30 a night can get you in Kavadarci. I'll be here for 2 nights.
But that's Easter egg.
That's Easter egg, yeah. She has chicken. She has chickens here somewhere. We just ordered 6 eggs, and the lady came back here from somewhere.
Yeah. Breakfast of champions.
Okay, now I can focus. He's getting out of here.
Focus
Going
on
home.
Spomeniks.
Fly, Turk. Fly.
Bye-bye.
First things first, let's revisit that giant memorial ossuary from last night. It's really something, isn't it? 13 meters tall, memorial ossuary of fallen fighters. You know what else is really something? I've been here for an hour, waiting for this fucking leaf blower to shut up. He's been blowing grass inside grass for the past hour. Anyway, they say the shape of this monument is based on the Çardak, the traditional Macedonian house in Ohrid from back in Ottoman times. They say the Ottomans imposed taxes based on the ground footprint of your house, and so they had a small footprint as possible, and then every subsequent floor, every higher floor would bump out. It was seen as a form of domestic resistance to the Ottomans. Okay, let's climb up again. I like the entrance gates. The grapes. Locals are telling me that the remains of the fighters are still here in this ossuary, but I'm reading online from Spomenik database and elsewhere that the remains were actually transferred to the city museum for safekeeping after the breakup of Yugoslavia. Kavadarci is home to one of the oldest and largest wineries in the Balkans. Not going to go to it. See, here's where the remains would be, or are. I was just talking to a guy about Spomeniks, and he said that the brother of the sculptor who built the Reyes monument, the monument to the Drenovo Gorge fighters that we visited yesterday, his brother owns this coffee shop here, so what better a place for a break? There's no hint of any Spomenik relationship in this cafe. You'd never know. Let's do a quick stroll about the town. Straight out of the gate, another Spomenik. There's an information board here. This is a Spomenik unveiled in 1967 and completely renovated in 2021. And it's dedicated to 2 partisans who died here in a shootout with the Bulgarians during World War II. Gligor Chamersky was born here in Kavadarci, the famous artist. He's considered one of the best mosaic artists and muralists throughout Yugoslavia. And here in his hometown, he created 3 public works for all of us to enjoy. And here comes his earliest one, 1976, at the entrance of the City Museum. It's named The Birth of Culture. Should we go inside? It was a small one-room exhibit, local archaeology, and World War II weapons. Heading to the main square. On the map it says Marshal Tito Square. We like that. Parking police are roaming around. Everyone told me I needed to pay for parking. I didn't. It was SMS only via Macedonian number. That wouldn't work in my case. But I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. I will or will not get a ticket. And I will not pay. Here it is. Marshal Tito Square. And in the center of the square, another Spomenik. 1958 Monument to the Revolution. Commemorates the city's resistance fighters during World War II, as well as the some 500 civilians who died here during the war. There are a total of 12 heads depicted on the relief panel strips on both sides of the monument's pedestal. Symbolizes the 12 children who were killed in Vatasha. We may go to that later today or tomorrow. There's another Spomenik commemorating that execution. The second of Gligor Tremerski's mosaics are around here somewhere near Marshal Tito Square. Oh, almost walked past it. Here it is. So this is from 1977, and it's named the Tikvesh Dancers. And I already showed you his third work, 1981, Letters and Messages, on the main post office here. Okay, I think we've seen all that the center has to offer as far as what we're looking for. Let's take a drive to one of Kavadarci's villages a bit south of here. The parking Nazis are everywhere. I'm telling you, I've seen about 20 of them in the hour stroll. Let's see if they got me. Here comes my FJ. Oh, nothing, no ticket again. Free parking in Macedonia. Change of plans, delay of plans. I'm gonna go say hi to a friend over a cup of coffee about 5 minutes north of here. Just talking to my friend, got a lot of nice, juicy local information. First of all, this place right here, across from where I was just having coffee, just opened up last week. Apparently the mayor, who's like a 35-year-old guy, he's very art friendly. So a lot of the Spomeniks are being restored. And this new one here is dedicated to one of the first, or the first person who died after the breakup of Yugoslavia. Died in 1991 in Slovenia, but he is from here in Kavadarci. And here's where I just had coffee, and I parked right behind this building as well. Modernist, built in the 1980s as the city's bus station, but it was too big. So after the breakup of Yugoslavia, got divided up. It's a coffee shop, restaurant, sports store, and a part of it is still reserved as the bus station. Now to the village of Vatasha. The village of Vatasha. Memorial to 12 Vatasha youth, 1963, by Preleps Jordan Grabul. And it commemorates the Vatasha massacre, in which 12 young males, aged 15 to 28, were executed, shot to death here by the Bulgarian fascist forces in a retaliation for partisan incursions against Axis forces. All of the youths were from this village of Vatasha. And it looks like these 12 busts are relatively new addition. Back in Kavadarci, I ordered Sesko Meso, you know it from the previous videos, and Territor. $1 for all this wine. It's from the largest winery around here, Tikvesh. Winery we didn't go to. Largest, oldest. Good morning. I just want to say this Turkish delight from Kruševo is the best Turkish delight I've ever had in my life. Leaving Kavadarci today, a light drive around wine country, ultimately ending in the town of Veles. I'm in the small town of Negotino, about 13,000 people. Produces 25 million kilograms of grapes annually. Veles Winery is here. I've had Veles wine, I like it. We're here for Spomeniks. Heading to the top of Tumble Hill for the memorial ossuary to fallen fighters. Erected probably in the 1970s. The Spomenik marks the location of where the Tikvesh partisan detachment was formed, May 3rd, 1943. And many of the fallen fighters from this unit are in the crypt below the monument. And here's the monument to Mancho Maliminov, 1977. Mancho was a World War II folk hero born here in Negotino in 1914. He fought with the partisans against the Bulgarian occupation. But in 1943, he fell ill, went back home to Negotino, and a few weeks after returning home, he was captured and tortured and ultimately killed by the Bulgarian fascists. Goodbye, Negotino. There's another Spomenik about 10 minutes up the road. I think a town called Gradska. Google Maps just says Spomenik, no information. Will we learn more when we visit? It's called the cliffhanger. So here's the Spomenik. Google Maps says I'm in Gradska, but my iPhone says I'm in Palikura. Figure it out. Well, there's no date anywhere, but I'm going to go ahead and proclaim this a World War II monument. The inscription all the way on the right says that the Spomenik was erected by the municipality of Sknot. I don't know what that is. And at the bottom it says Tito Veles. So Veles is the city I'm spending the night in tonight. Tito Veles was the name of the city during Yugoslav times. So this monument was erected during the Yugoslav-era. Yeah, Veles renamed itself Tito Veles to thank the leader of the partisans, Josip Tito, for liberating them from the Bulgarian and German fascists during World War II. After the breakup of Yugoslavia, the town renamed itself back to just Veles. Right across the street from the Spomenik is this brown sign, archaeological site Stobi. I just looked it up, it wasn't on my itinerary, but apparently this is the most famous archaeological site in Macedonia, so let's pop in. Kind of a big site. Let's try to hit the highlights. First stop, the theater, 100s AD. And it was used for gladiator fights. And theater held around 7,600 visitors. I know that because there's a sign here. And here they're digging out the baptistry. Oh, there's some mosaics down there. Let's get a closer look. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit today. They're calling this the Theodosian Palace, and it's the most representative residential building discovered at Stobi so far. Built in the 300s AD, and the name Theodosian Palace was given by earlier investigators based on information they had that Emperor Theodosius I visited Stobi June 388 AD. And he was accommodated, of course, in the most beautiful house in the city. And this so far is the most beautiful house in the city discovered. Therefore, Theodosian Palace. A large open courtyard, a pool, rooms paved with mosaic floors. Temple of Isis and Serapis, 100s AD. Okay, let's go. So this is Veles, but before I check into the hotel, how about we check out a Spomenik? And here's the Spomenik. I've been here before, but that was before I was a major influencer. I wasn't shooting videos back then. Yeah, what brought me out to Veles initially, about 8 years ago, was that I'd read that a group of teenagers were controlling over 100 websites that were generating fake news articles in support of then presidential candidate Donald Trump. And these fake news stories were being publicized on Facebook. So that's what put this town on the map for me. So this is the village of Rashtani within the municipality of Veles. And this Spomenik is not in good shape, as you can see. The monument to the 8th Macedonian Strike Brigade. It marks the spot where this brigade was formed. And behind this Spomenik, you can see the city of Veles. Population around 40,000 people. This Spomenik is dedicated to 15 fallen fighters, probably of the Strike Brigade. And you can see there used to be some plaques here. And let's head back to the city. You know, I haven't eaten yet today. It's almost 5 o'clock. So some consider Veles to be a wine town. Badi over in Kavadarci said, Veles is not a wine town. They have like 2 wineries, 3 wineries. Kavadarci is the wine town. But you know what? Off the balcony, I have a partial Spomenik view. We're gonna go to it tomorrow. Okay, first things first. The thing to eat here in Veles and Stip is pastormalia. It's kind of like a Macedonian pizza. You may have seen me and Emra eating it in a previous video, and I'm going to do it again. It's like a pide. You get turkey, salted cubed meat, egg, cheese. It's really good. So I'm staying at International Palace Hotel, the finest hotel in all of Veles. And look at this cool feature. We got about an hour before the sun goes down. Let's do a quick city tour. That was the fake news generating website motorcycle gang. So as you can see, a formidable force for the upcoming 2024 elections in US of A. A symbol of Veles is this Ottoman era clock tower. It's built in the 1700s. Crossing the Vardar River again, back to the better part of town. The Vardar, by the way, is the longest river in Macedonia. Heads into Greece and drains into the Aegean at Thessaloniki. My friend Marian, out in Kavadarci, had some parting words of caution for me yesterday when I told him I was headed here to Veles. He said, watch yourself out there. There's strange people in Veles. They like to stab you in the back. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I thought the clock tower would be in kind of like a square, but it's just situated in a narrow alley. Interesting. Yeah, people's houses, the property is just right up against the clock tower. Let's say the tour is over. Let's say we're getting some drinks. Seen a lot of houses that look like they were built in Ottoman era. Nice car. Craft beer from Bitola, she said. How about we begin the day with a morning junk sale? Sunday morning junk sale. And the farmer's market. And a textile market. I need socks. I need underwear. Haven't done a laundry in a while. Got 2 pairs of socks for 70 dinar. It's €1. Not bad. I thought I was gonna get a haircut today, but I'm realizing it's Sunday. Barbers don't work on a Sunday, obviously. It's almost like I don't want to get a haircut. Borek for breakfast. You know what? I'm too lazy to take you up to see that Spomenik on the hill. I've been there before. I'm gonna put up pictures instead. Maybe some video I took with like an iPhone 5 and tell you all about it. It was 1973 Spomenik. Monument to World War II heroes. 10 meters high, 15 meters wide. And it's dedicated to the partisans who fought against the German and Bulgarian fascists here in Veles. The Spomenik also serves as a resting place for some 100 fighters. 100 fighters here. When the Bulgarian fascists began their occupation of Veles in 1941, they subdued and oppressed the local population through looting, deportation, torture, murder. And in 1942, several new partisan units were formed, and some 30 resistance fighters grew to over 500. When Veles was finally liberated by the partisans, November 9th, 1944, the city soon renamed itself to Tito Veles. A small gesture of thanks to the leader of partisans, Josip Tito. That's it for Veles. Driving now to Kumanovo. I'm gonna spend 2 nights there. Second largest city in Macedonia.